It's a new year, and with T-Mobile, it's not about how far apart we are. It's about how close we can be. So we're bringing out our best deal. Right now, get the iPhone 12 on us on every single plan with eligible iPhone trade-in.
So I can FaceTime with my sister in Savannah.
That's right, the iPhone 12 on us on every plan. All on America's 5G leader in coverage. T-Mobile.
With 24 monthly bill credits and a new line plus tax. If you cancel credit, stop and balance on required finance agreement may be due. Contact us for well-qualified buyers. Qualifying consumer plan required. See coverage and offer details at T-Mobile.com.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Is that Shakespeare?
Nope, it's Geico.
Yeah, that's Shakespeare from one of his unpublished works. Oh, it be not for awakening. Nay, giveth thou the berries. For 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Nope, it's from Geico, because they help save people money.
Well, I hate to break it to you, but Geico got it from Shakespeare.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
The following is a Hoop Ball presentation.
Ballers! Welcome back to another episode and another edition of Today in Sports Betting. I'm your host, Devin Ellington, at DALE007 on Twitter. You can find me over in the Wager Pass of the premium section over at hoop-ball.com, giving out some Wager Pass plays. And then also, find us on Twitter at Hoopball Gaming. Want to talk a little bit more about that premium stuff over at hoop-ball.com. But a big shout out to our free content as well. Award-winning fantasy basketball tools, writers, analysts, and content curators. We got people all over the world covering all sorts of teams. So you get in there, you get some good content, you win your fantasy basketball leagues, and you're going to have more success on the wagering side also, and the DFS. DFS Pass is a really good deal also. Mike Apatria and the team over there crushing it. Then the leaders themselves, Aaron Bruschi and Dan Bespris, tackling it, giving out some crazy W's in the NBA bet column, the wins, the gains. Hey, I also want to shout out mybookie.ag. Where else are you going to know how to bet and where to place these bets? And they have some Super Bowl content coming out. Just got the email from our rep today. Oh my goodness. Yes, it's loaded. It's awesome stuff. Got Super Bowl squares and props plays and all sorts of odds boosts coming up and awesome deals. Those of you that have been a part of the family for a while know just how awesome MyBookie is and how great they take care of us. All the promos and such. Go over there, use Hoopball as your promo code, HOOPBALL. You're going to go ahead and get on top of the customer service, the phenomenal customer service I talk about always. You're going to get the match, the 50% match up to $1,000 on your initial deposit. Yes, Super Bowl coming up. Less than a week. Oh my gosh. Then it's draft season. We got tons of draft. Going to break down the draft this year like I did last year, and we're going to talk some betting angles on the draft. I'm looking forward to that. But that's, a couple months out. What we're going to talk about here right in front of us is some college basketball first and foremost. Then we're getting into the NBA slate. College basketball right now, this is being recorded on a Tuesday night, bringing in the Tuesday night slow jams with you at about 8:30. And, well, it's not looking so good tonight for us. This back end is just treating me really bad. Oh, man. Paywall's lifted, obviously, so Dayton -2. They're losing 25-8 right now. Yeah. Oof. Big woof. And Memphis +6. I didn't give them out in the wager pass, but it was a play that I put into the Action Network and on Tally site. They're losing by 22. Kansas State currently losing by 19. So they are not in that 18 plus point territory. So right now I'm looking at a -8 night. So 8-unit night. That's not good. We'll get better from here on out though. Ebbs and flows. Started the night 2 and 3, and we're looking at a back end of deficit. So moving on more specifically into the college basketball stuff, we'll talk about Wednesday's action. Like I said, I'm recording this 8:30 Tuesday night, and there's some games that some lines are waiting to drop on. Postponements or delays may happen, so I'll start with what I've got, and we'll run through it. We'll run through all of it, and we'll highlight some stuff. And, we got a pretty good selection of things. We've got some games that I wish would have stayed, but, tis the life of 2021 as a sports viewer and handicapper. So we'll start with the very first game, Elon and James Madison, +7.5 point road dog. Elon is even shade, -110 to both sides. 141.5 is the total. Over under. I look and I see here a under that I like at 141.5 because of both these offenses' inability to score the ball for long stretches throughout the games that they are in. I think this game could be closer than 7.5. And we're taking some movement downward. We're taking the 1.5 movement, and we're just kind of rolling with it. I'm looking at some value, a little bit more value on the under. And, as far as just what these offenses do, they don't cash in on opportunity from the free throw line. They don't hit a lot of threes. So James Madison can play some crunching defense from time to time. So if they get in, locked in, and this turns out to be a blowout, that could be best case scenario. But like I said, I think it'd be a close game, but low scoring. Talking about Fordham, UMass next. Fordham and UMass. This is, a punt game for a lot of people. And, it's probably a punt game for me. I don't think I can spend anything out of this. And other than throw UMass into a massive money line, lottery ticket parlay if you want. So -14 is the spread, over under 131.5. Fordham's really bad. Their one win was that just crazy non-repeatable win against Dayton earlier in the year. Number 5, Houston, who is just rolling everyone right now, is up against Eastern Carolina. Is Eastern Carolina going to be able to cover against Houston? This Houston team is just rolling defensively. 129.5 is the total. I'm looking here, and I might take a peek at a first half bet if they got it up right now. I'm seeing nothing. Over under 74 for the team total of Houston. Eastern Carolina is at 61 for the team total. I wonder how many points Houston's allowing to opponents over their last few games here. Let's take a peek. Just see what kind of ball they're playing. They held Temple to 51. They held Tulane to 60. They held SMU to 48. Tulsa to 59. UCF to 58. They hold people under 60 quite often. Tulane to 50. Wichita State 63. They held SMU to 50 and then 48, or 60 and then 48 points in their 2 games. Might and this is the first game of Houston and East Carolina playing. So, under 61 for East Carolina. There's a lot of juice on it, though. So we're just kind of wasting our time there. -200. I bet if you look in some spots, you'll be able to find it different priced. Here we go. South Carolina +8.5 on the road at Florida. Number 22, Florida, newly ranked after they knocked off a who did they beat? West Virginia, was it, in the Big 12 SEC challenge? I actually had Florida on with the points in that game, and Florida won outright. Now this is a letdown spot against South Carolina. Sure, South Carolina, gets blown out a bunch and they allow a lot of points, but that game against Auburn showed me that they can score in return. And I think Florida is going to be in a look ahead, letdown, look behind after having a big week last week. And I think you're going to see South Carolina stick around and maybe get this closer to 5 or 6. Over under 154, so plenty of points to go around. Excuse me. Louisville, Syracuse, +2 for Louisville. Syracuse, the home favorite, 140.5 as the over-under. I think Louisville actually wins this game outright. I think they do. This is going to be a 6 o'clock tip on the ACC network. And, don't quote me yet on that. I'm just going through the card with y'all right here. And 140. I really think that there's not a huge chunk of value any which way in this game. There's games that have a large amount of value. But no, this one, I've made a pick on Tally site on Louisville winning. So, there's the only tidbit in it for me. St. Louis and Lasalle. St. Louis opened as a 10-point favorite. They're a little down after a couple of weird, sluggish back-to-back games after being back from their layoffs. They're 11-point favorites now against LaSalle, whose defense is just not good. 140.5 is the total. I really like LaSalle to come out and just lay a stinker at home. St. Louis get back on track and then win this game by a lot. 11 is a lot of points, but I'm willing to lay them with the Travis Ford coach team there in St. Louis. Chattanooga, Western Carolina. Chattanooga won the pick'em. I think that's a good spot. Western Carolina, I've tried to back them a few times this year. It hasn't worked. This Big South Conference is tough. Chattanooga, UNC Greensboro, it's just or the SoCon, the Southern Conference. It's a tough lineup there. Gamut for sure. VMI, Virginia Military Institute, Wofford. Laying off this one. This is actually a really fun looking matchup. 9-9 VMI. They've beaten some teams. They've hung in with some teams. They've covered against some teams they shouldn't have. Wofford faltering a little lately. They lost outright after they were an 8-point favorite a couple games ago. And the minimal steam movement on the over's gone north, so 149.5 up from the 148.5. LSU starting to look a little bit better. They are. Bama lost their Big 12 SEC matchup against Oklahoma. And Oklahoma just beat 3 big schools, 3 straight top 10 victories, Bama being the third one. And 8.5 is a big number. I've got a sticker of 5 slapped on this one just because it technically is a rivalry game. 163 is a large number. So let's take a stab at the under. I know both these teams can score the ball and then lack defense from time to time. But, both these teams are coming off some gutsy performances and some gut-wrenching minutes. So look for this rivalry game feel to be more in play. A slower-paced game. Virginia Tech, number 16 on the road going and facing Pittsburgh. 136 is the total. I don't have an opinion on this one. We're going to go ahead and punt. UNC Greensboro and the Citadel. Greensboro minus 10.5. That's a lot. Citadel's been playing so badly as of late. They actually covered against Wofford, as I spoke to earlier. And this is just a weird flippy-floppy opposite ends of the spectrum team performance game right now. 10.5 is a lot, but I obviously am going to say that UNC Greensboro wins the game. Kentucky, Mizzou. Man, I am 0 for 3 on the year betting on Kentucky. And I just kind of want to stay away from this game, even though I have a ton of faith in Missouri, and I think they win this game, and they're one of my favorite teams this year. Kentucky just always scares me. They're never down, they're never out. So let's go ahead and roll off of that one also. Western Michigan, Bowling Green State. I really like the over of 141.5 in this one. I've got a play on it in that sense at minus 110. Plus 12.5, Western Michigan is the road dog. I'm not really looking at that too much. Look for the weak defensive resistance to give up tons of points to the Bowling Green State Falcons. The Atlantic 10 matchup of the night is going to go to Virginia Commonwealth and Rhode Island. It's a pick 'em, 136.5. And of course, with the big exciting games that I preface, I have no opinion on just because I'm a huge college basketball fan. So I look at this, I'm looking at the card, and I am getting excited. And then I look at the lines and I see how it's playing and who's playing. So Rhode Island, I don't know. They haven't been playing so well lately. VCU got some key pieces back. Lots of defense, length. VCU goes on the road. I think they get a really good road win here. They need this win. Yeah, because Richmond's looking good too. So at the pick'em, VCU's minus 115 versus minus 106 for the other guys. Boy, oh boy, here's another good matchup. ETSU, Eastern Tennessee State University. Mercer. Yeah. This is the Southern Conference, if I'm not mistaken. SoCon. I'm telling you, this freaking conference is loaded. These two teams are 10-6. The other teams we talked about had 10 wins. Double-digit wins all around in this league. Plus 1.5 for Eastern Tennessee State. On the road, it was +1. Mercer getting some love. I'm going to back the Bears in this one too. Why not? And here's my thinking. Eastern Tennessee State, they're a part of this conference, and this conference had a great offseason. A lot of talent came in. A lot of people are starting to be more okay with playing in this conference, the SoCon, Southern Conference. ETSU lost a few key components from their team. They were one of the teams in this conference that lost the most. But they're great coaching, but actually they lost their coach also. So their great assistant coaching, and I guess their coaching in general, has allowed them to get past that lack of depth from last year. Mercer, one of the deeper teams. At home, I think this is a good spot. This is going to be a good ball game. It's going to be close. Like I said, some really good matchups in that conference. And if you're sleeping on the Southern Conference, you shouldn't be. UNC Greensboro in there as well, 12-5. Furman. I've talked about Furman, the Paladins. Seton Hall and Providence. 142. I like that. These teams are streaky. I'm going to go under. -1, might as well be a pick 'em. Seton Hall, -1 point favorite. Providence, they were looking like a good team at the beginning of the year, but their lack of defense is really starting to bleed them out. The inefficient offense, the inconsistent offense, like I said, the streakiness, they need some Windex or something. Both teams are 9-8. Literally coin flips. This whole card of bets on these two teams right here are coin flips. And under. Here we go. Stephen F. Austin. SFA at Texas A&M Corpus Christi. Going to go ahead and deter from this one. Deter, whatever it would be. -12 for Stephen F. Austin on the road. I'm going to go and pass. Corpus Christi's a weird team to bet against, and usually don't get on too many of their games. Cool colors. Never been to Corpus Christi. But, Central Florida, Memphis. Central Florida is 10.5 point dogs on the road. Memphis hasn't actually, let me check this. Memphis has been playing decent against the spread. Oh, yeah. Wow. I was about to say, I'm going to have to eat crow. Something doesn't sound right about this statement I'm going to make. Yeah, Memphis has covered their last 5 games. Beaten SMU, losing to SMU, but beating them. You know, they were getting points in one game covered. They were +4 dogs, -9. They just beat this Central Florida team covering that ATS. They won 96-69. So, yeah, obviously Central Florida in a bounce back spot in the back-to-back here is an interesting angle. I'm not sure how much you gotta make a big bounce. That's a big bounce after losing by 30. Maybe if they showed more competitiveness. Yeah, no, we're staying away from that one. Also going to stay away from Tulane, Wichita State. It's come down from 11.5 down to 10.5, plus 10.5 for Tulane, the Green Wave, the Road Dogs. 136.5 is the total. Let's go ahead and stay away from this one too. The American Athletic Conference is a weird-ass basketball conference. I'll tell you that. Incarnate Word against Lamar. Let's just do it, baby. We're back in Lamar at -4.5. We're just doing it on namesake. We had that show with Modell. Shout out at Modell. MOEDELL. What's up, buddy? Yeah, we're going to do that. Just Lamar. We're all over the Lamar and Nicole State. I'm also all over the under in the NC State-Virginia game. NC State is a sneaky good defense in this ACC. They're 7-6 on the year at home. The Wolfpack hosting Louisville. Or I'm sorry, not Louisville. I scrolled and landed on similar colored schools. Virginia, the Cavaliers are number 14th in the country. 7.5-point road favorites. I like that a little bit, but what I like more is the under. The under in Virginia games is pretty much a cash. It is. And NC State is not good at shooting the ball from time to time in large stretches. So Virginia, patient, slow and low is the tempo. Some Beastie Boys for you. Georgetown, Creighton, 14-point home favorite. Creighton is 149.5. No opinion. SMU and Tulsa, really even matchup here. Even matchup. All right, K-State did not cover. That game just went final. Shit. Wager pass loss. I always hate those. I'm sorry, guys and gals. Gosh, hate that stuff. Killing the mood over here on the podcast. Hold on, I gotta take a second. Damn it. At least the Auburn overhit. All 1.1 unit plays, so just trying to play a little more flat lately. Messing around with some model stuff. SMU Tulsa. SMU -1. Man, I've tried to back Tulsa a couple times this year. It ain't happening for me. And they are moving on to my do not bet list. Next four in, I should say. Here's my thing. This freaking American Athletic Conference. It's too much. It's too tough.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change, like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir?
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Today is nonstop. And suddenly, your checking account is overdrawn. But what if we gave you more time on that one? At Huntington, if you accidentally overdraw your account by $50 or less, we've put a $50 safety zone in place, so you won't be charged an overdraft fee. It's one more way we're looking out for you. so you can have time for what matters most. Huntington, welcome. $50 safety zone does not apply to returned items. Your account will be automatically closed if it remains negative for 60 days. Learn more at huntington.com/safety zone.
They're all pretty even. Nova, St. John's, Nova and their 3-point barrage. They're number 3 in the land, 11-1. Starting to look like a clear-cut national championship contender. St. John's on a little bit of a roll lately. They're getting 9 points at home. All that continuity I've talked about with St. John's, all the starters they got back from last year. They've covered their last 5 games. They've won their last 4. They beat UConn, which was real tough. They were a 7-point underdog. They covered a 14-point spread against Utah Valley. They covered a 1-point spread and ended up winning by almost 20 against DePaul. So, they're playing pretty decently. And let's see here. Villanova, obviously with 1 loss on the year, not losing too many games. And they're winning in some dominating fashion. I kind of want to lean into the under a little bit. Under 152. I like the St. John's side. I'm going to hold off on the total. The St. John's side, God, I could see St. John's winning this game. This is just like one of those games. All right, F it. I punched St. John's +9 into my ticket. It will make my final ticket, maybe. That's TBD. Oklahoma State, Texas Christian, the Horned Frogs, sorry. Cowpokes, Horned Frogs. Oklahoma State, you know what? F it. I don't bet on my teams too much, and I've gotten away from loyalties a little bit lately. Being more involved into the betting scene and this podcast and the content and everything, I've laid down my brother's arms and my Bannerman's colors. So, yeah, just let's Oklahoma State -5. I think they're going to roll. Cade Cunningham is freaking great. Best recruit we've gotten ever. Sorry, Marcus Smart. I mean, he's a generational talent. He reminds me a lot of Michael Porter Jr. I mean, he changes the dynamic of everything when he's out there. Got some other great supporting pieces. Isaac Likely. Talented, experienced point guard. Jamie Dixon just kind of floundering in Texas. So, not a lot of excitement going on there. San Diego State -19 at New Mexico. 128 is the total. Over-under. Over's looking a little appealing to me just because New Mexico's offense has come to life a little lately. And then on top of that, New Mexico's defense is still resemblant of Swiss cheddar. San Diego State scoring the ball a lot more lately, covering a lot of those large spreads that I talk crap on them for not doing. So they're starting to get it done. They're starting to cover large spreads. This could be a blowout, which could lead to more points. New Mexico scoring and covering in the back end is possible. The backdoor total, is there too. So, all right. Well, that was the last college game. Like I said, ran through the gamut. Some weird value tomorrow. There's some very strange matchups, some good ones, but some ones we need to be diligent on. And there's some weird numbers that we looked into. So, of course, Wager Pass article will be up with all my official plays. And in this audio version, you pretty much got all of it, what will probably comprise 90% of my final card, as well as my general thoughts and my process as I'm skimming through this card, scrolling through it, making my tally site plays, and just pretty much talking to myself and myself only in regards to these plays. So unadulterated, unfiltered, straight up Devin. What more could you ask for? It's a good time for everyone. Unfiltered Devin? Psh, who doesn't want that? In moderation, of course. Everything in moderation. Speaking of, if you have a gambling problem, no, I'm kidding. I'm not doing that. I've got to endorse the stuff. Endorse it safely. Y'all don't be losing pink slips and mortgage thingies and all that crap out there. Don't be doing no freaking uncut gems stuff. You've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, you should check it out. It's a really good sports betting movie with Adam Sandler. Pretty dark. Uncut Gems. It's got Kevin Garnett in it. So, speaking of an NBA player who used to play in the NBA in the league of which is the NBA. Yeah, you know what? Let's talk about Manscaped. I forgot to do that at the top of the show. Talked about MyBookie instead. Decided to switch it up. If you want to switch it up from hedge to no hedge, frizzle to no frizz, you got to use the Manscaped products. The dual head, dual motor, lithium battery, weed whacker. It's got some great advantages to it. The anti-tug technology, that lithium power, churns and churns and churns, smoothness. It's not going to tug your nostril hairs. It's not going to tug your ear hairs. And wherever else you decide to use it. Belly button, belt line is a good place where I use it. Belt likes to tug my belly button hair, you know, if we're getting personal here. That stuff sucks. And then, like I said, we've talked about the Lawnmower 3.0 an abundant amount of time here, you know, but we love that product so much. And it's a big, important part of the Crucial Care Kit. You know, the complete care kit is one of the best things out there. It's got said products, and it's also got some balms and shampoos and face conditioners, beard scrub, travel case. Use promo code HOOPBALL20, HOOPBALL20. You're going to go ahead and get 20% off, free shipping on all sorts of great products. Phenomenal products. So good. Manscaped.com. Get your lawn mowed. Promo code HOOPBALL20. For the NBA, we have 2 6 o'clock games, one without lines, so we'll play guess a line on one. I'm always so off on those. I'm so bad because like I want to be nice to everyone. So I'm like, yeah, you'll get a lot of points, or like, no, you don't have to win by that much. I like you. You're a good team. So we'll see what I do here. Game that has a line, good Eastern Conference game. Indiana starting to get some health back. Milwaukee getting their pieces rolling. You know, there's only a 1-game difference with Indiana's game tonight pending, but they're looking good. Currently crushing an NBA play of mine. So, not that I care. All red. I see all red. God, that is so bad. It is a bad night tonight, y'all. I'm sorry. This is just hot garbage. Memphis. They're down 93, 114 right now. Indiana in control. Plus 8.5. It's a lot of points for Indiana. Second leg of a back-to-back, I get it. Milwaukee, though, you know, they have the issues with size sometimes, and the Twin Towers of Indiana, Miles Turner, Sabonis, getting their shot block and going. Aggressive rebounding, plus 8.5 points. Defense, good guard play. More production from their wings and their guards, in my opinion. You know, aside from Chris Middleton, you know, Milwaukee, DiVincenzo's been, you know, DiVincenzo. He ain't been doing nothing. I would know. I've got him in a lot of fantasy spots. He's like a steals specialist right now. That's all he's doing. He's not even taking shots. He stands in a corner. Drives baseline every once in a while. Then he'll get 8 assists randomly. As he averages like 1.5. Philadelphia, Charlotte. This is going to be a really good game. I like this game. Charlotte could win outright. That's how I'm feeling. I think, you know, Charlotte, and there's no lines out for this game, obviously, because of all the health whatnots. You got Terry Rozier game time decision. You have Joel Embiid, who's always questionable. I'm going to put a line of 8.5 on it. Charlotte being the home dog. But honestly, whichever the way the wind blows as far as the injury dust, I like Charlotte any which way before I see anything, any numbers or any stuff. Like it just feels like a game that Charlotte's going to win. I am so high on Charlotte tonight as I look at this. And yeah, without even seeing a line, over under probably going to be like 227.5 in my opinion, maybe down to 220 if those other guys are ruled out. Philly, Charlotte, Charlotte's going to be plus 400 or something on the money line, I'm guessing. So Charlotte. Little sprinkle. No, because we don't sprinkle underdogs. We play underdogs. Yeah, so let's I'm going to do a unit play on Charlotte. I just hyped myself up so much for this, and I don't know why. And I can't shut it off. So, wow. Yeah, this is going to be bad probably. But Charlotte, yeah, let's get crazy with it. That just got exciting. Sorry about it, y'all. All the caffeine just hit, I guess. Little rush there. Dallas, Atlanta, -1.5 point road favorites for Dallas. 8-13 on the year. Man. I'm going to back the Dallas Mavericks in this spot to win by more than by a bucket. They can win by 2. Luka can make that happen. Little step back 3 at the buzzer. Boink. Why not? Over into 224. It's over for me as a lean. 222.5 is where it opens, so the steam is moving us up. Atlanta, they don't play defense. Dallas doesn't really right now. Starting to get some pieces back. Josh Richardson. Let me try that again. Dorian Finney-Smith. He's also back in the rotation. So Dallas, Atlanta, Dallas -1.5. That's where I'm going to stand for right now. It's a good little lean in my action. Ooh, Knicks, Bulls. 2 teams I've really enjoyed betting on this year. 216 is the total. 3-point game. Bulls the home favorite. I am going to punt this one just because these 2 teams are close and dear to my heart. I love playing them this year. So let's go ahead and leave them for our rainy day pocket pullouts. Houston, Oklahoma City. Houston just went ahead and walloped Oklahoma City by 30. This is kind of like that college game that we just talked about. I can't remember which one, but the one that we talked about towards the end of the card. I'm talking about the 30-point blowout being a lot to bounce back. That's a big bounce. Yeah, same thing here. Over under 221.5. It's come down from 223.5. Give me no opinions on this one. None. I'm good on that. Washington, Miami, there's no line on that one yet, but I will say it's probably going to be close to 9. I would say with Miami being fully up with everyone in the health sense. And then the Clippers and Cleveland. Cleveland 7.5 home point favorite or underdog against the Clippers. This is a back-to-back for the Clippers. Paul George and Kawhi both played tonight, so I can imagine one, if not both of them, are going to sit out. It would be about a 5-point game, I would say, if they both sit out. So look at where this line starts, and then that will give you an indication of what rumblings are being put throughout the concrete in the market. You can get ahead of the curve. The line will tell you everything you need to know. That's, I started taking a lot of the number sense and all that whatnot out of my plays. And I'm just looking at lines. I'm looking at the way things should be, how I think they should be. And, we're winning. We're winning a good amount. And, of course we get our lumps and our losses, but this has helped me streamline the process a little bit more, Minnesota, San Antonio, over under 223.5. +8 for Minnesota on the road. Initially, I clicked 223.5, and then I just took it back off. Not sure what I'm thinking on this one. Let's move on. Phoenix, New Orleans. New Orleans -2. +2, I'm sorry. +2 at home. Over under 223. Let's go over 223. Phoenix getting Devin Booker back. He's getting inundated again. Chris Paul, great as usual. God, that guy is such a good point guard. And New Orleans without any defense. And their shot makers starting to get a little hot. Boston, Sacramento. Boston on the road on a West Coast road trip playing Golden State tonight, second leg of a back-to-back. That over-under is probably going to be set around 219, I would say, 220. Boston, I'm going to say they are 5.5-point favorites at the opening bell, maybe 6 against Sacramento tomorrow night. So right now, my prognostic, diagnostic, whatever. Just throwing words at y'all at this point. Speaking of Boston, they are tipping off right now against Golden State. Got a -2.5. Or -2. I had them at 2. Indy, +8.5 against Milwaukee. Dallas, -1.5 over 223. And Phoenix, New Orleans. Those are some plays for me. And then, of course, the Charlotte dog play. I don't care where it's at. I'm just going to play Charlotte. Something's telling me to do it. There's a disturbance in the force. So that's the NBA card. We talked ad nauseum about the college basketball card, about every single game. And if tonight, being Wednesday as I record this again, ends up wrapping up as shitty of a bow as I think it's gonna, then boy, oh boy, folks, we are on to a come up Wednesday, because it's not looking good for us on Tuesday, and I don't like that. So I really apologize. Oof. These days are never good. They set you back. I was on a 5-1 in my last 6 run college basketball. I was hoping to go on like a little 10-1 run for the wager pass picks, wager pass article. Dayton needs to do a lot. Everybody knock wood right now and live bet Dayton. Here we go. Good wishes. Hopefully, whenever we are listening to this podcast tomorrow, we are doing it in a jubilant sense based off of the comeback of Dayton. All right. I think I'm going to go ahead and sandwich this one shut. Got the hoops top for you. Check the plays out. Gave some freebies out on Twitter at DALE007. You're going to find us all over at Hoopball Gaming. We're at Hoopball Tweets. The website, though, it's the motherboard. Go get involved in some forums and some talks and discussions. We have everything. Everything. And if you want a more personalized touch, you come on over to the Discord side by being a premium subscriber, and we'll take good care of you. It's a fun time. I hoot and I holler with about 8 or 9 regulars in the college basketball sector. That's a really fun time. So really enjoying that stuff. Go over, check out whatever premium package works for you. We got the single stuff, single ticket items if you want, the DFS pass. We got the wager pass. Don't forget to check out Hoopball 360. Gets you everything for $12.99. Get you a little discount cut in there. Don't forget to use mybookie.ag's promo code that they set up for us. Hoopball. Been seeing a lot of love with MyBookie lately. A lot of our family members, a lot of y'all out there, been raving about them. So, especially in the Discord, we've been signing people up left and right. Might have a couple prizes coming up. No one answered the pop quiz question correctly on the last game, so let's get some newer ears in here, new followers, and then I'll do another pop quiz. I think my personal page, which is crazy, just a year and a half ago, I was at 10 followers. I never really used Twitter, and then I decided I'm going to dedicate my Twitter to sports betting, and it started out as finding information, and now I'm on the other end of it. I had no idea what was going to happen. But tonight, hey, look at that. As I checked it, 600 followers, y'all. That's awesome. I know it's not a lot to, a lot of y'all, but like I said, a year and a half ago, 10 followers, and, yeah, you know what? When I hit 650, we'll do some more. We'll do some more pop quiz stuff. So here in the next couple days, check out for that. At the rate that the family's growing right now, the Hoopball Gaming page. Let's see where we're at on that. I want to make sure that we don't leave them out of the fun. And let's see, 1222, 1222, 1222, 1225. We get to 1225 followers on the Hoopball Gaming page. We're going to do a pop quiz giveaway. So yeah, that's what's coming up. Y'all got to check that out. And suggestions, if you want to hear something on the podcast, or the best way to get a shout out is to engage and to be active. So if you want something thrown out here on the show, let me know. Let's talk about it. We'll be about it, and we'll have some fun with it. So those promo codes we talked about, vital importance. 5-star reviews, vital importance. If you want to leave a 1-star review, like Vince and I say, you better tell us why. We'll have some words with you. Get you on the show and, let you tell us why. Give us a live review. Wouldn't that be something? Just pick a random listener that wants to come on and let them tear into us. That'd be funny. Just sit there and have to take it for about 20 minutes. Anyways, future ideas here at Hoopball. So let's go ahead and wrap it up. Looking forward to getting those plays out there to y'all for the finalization of the card. You know where to find us. I think I've said it 6 times in this episode. Until next time, y'all stay safe. Let's get those followers and those good reviews coming in. Subscribe. Bookmark Hoopball to your tab bar. Promo codes. Hoopball 20 over at Manscaped. Hoopball over at mybookie.ag. As always, I'm sending you all of my good vibes and all of my good energies. And let's go find green pastures today. Pluck the clovers with dollar bills. Take care, y'all.
This has been a Hoopball presentation.
Good afternoon. Would you like to try a free sample of our double fudge brownie?
Oh, sure. That's very good. I'll just take one more, just to be sure. Yep, still very good.
Some things never change. Like never being able to take just one free sample. And Geico saving folks lots of money on their car insurance.
Is that macadamia nut I taste? Let me take one more.
Sir?
Yeah, I thought so.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
This year has reminded us of the importance of saving for the unexpected. And as a bank, our job is to make that a little easier for everyone. That's why at Huntington, we're so proud to introduce Money Scout. It analyzes your checking account to find money that's not being used and moves it to your savings automatically. It's that simple, so you can always be saving, even now. Learn more and enroll at huntington.com/moneyscout. Huntington, welcome. Money Scout is subject to eligibility, terms and conditions, and other account agreements. Member FDIC.